welcome to Winnipeg. Okay, we might have a nice sunrise this morning. It's not going to happen yet for a few minutes. What we might have, though, is a March blizzard. I remember it was the first, I believe it was the first winter that we had moved back to Winnipeg. And when I say back to Winnipeg, I was born in Winnipeg. But from the ages of 1 through 18 when we moved back, my life was all over the place. Anyway, we don't need to get into that right now. I think it was about this time in March, I think it was 1966, because that would have been our first, I guess you might say, spring in March. We had a horrific blizzard here in Winnipeg. It shut the city down. I can remember my dad and I walking downtown, and most of the time we were walking right down the middle of Main Street to get downtown. The snow was about this deep or more in hard packed snow. It shut the city completely down. It was unbelievable. Anyway, it was about this time, beginning of March, and I'll see if I can find the old newspaper clipping. Yeah, there was no internet back then, so I can't peruse back on the internet to see what the internet was doing and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, that doesn't matter. I guess I'll be using internet and YouTube today, though, so that doesn't make any sense. I often don't make any sense. Sorry about that. Anyway, we might get another blizzard. That's what they're telling us. Now, you wouldn't think so when you see, the sunrise is coming along kind of nicely there, or the morning. So you wouldn't think it's coming, but apparently it is. I'm not looking forward to it. Yesterday, when it was nice and mild, and for a very few moments, my thermometer here, it was saying plus 10 point something. Now it's very quickly started going down again. There must have been some sort of warm front or whatever moving across Winnipeg, and it just quickly warmed things up, and now we're minus 9.6. So real iffy weather. I was afraid when we had that warm weather yesterday we were going to pay for it, and sure enough, this morning I go on the news, and headline news in our local news is watch out, it's coming. But it sort of gives you the feeling, well, maybe it's coming, so maybe it's not. Okay, let's stop talking about the weather. Let's move on here. Step 19. Okay, last night we glued our little door in place. It's more than in place right now. Well, for a minute there I thought I glued it on upside down, but here we go. It goes like this, and we will be viewing it from this way, and through the door you will see the washroom or toilet. Okay. As near as I can tell, we have done everything we can for step 19. There's nothing more to paint. There's no parts to put together. I do believe that we are now starting on step 20. We are done. We are done 19. So another one done. We are slowly getting our way through this. It wasn't too long ago we were on step 1. Now we're on step 20. I think there's. I'm 95% sure that we will finish this model. I'm about. I would say. 10% sure, maybe a little more. Probably about 30% sure. that we might be doing the Yamato after we're done here. That's the way I feel right now. Things could happen. Yeah, things could happen. Okay, let's get some parts here for step 20. And, oh, no rollback. I did not go down to the workshop yesterday like I had planned. Another one of those days where I could say, life is what happens to you while you're making other plans. And I had planned to go down to the workshop and cut the legs for my special big sawhorse that I'm going to be building outside this spring. And I didn't do it. I got sidetracked with other things and just didn't feel like it anymore as the day progressed. Okay. Step 20. Now it looks like everything we're going to be doing in step 20 involves L7. All these pieces get mounted on it somehow. So we may as well get it here. I think this is the only piece we need off the L sprue. Everything else is on the J, the K, and the Z. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and trim this up and make it look pretty. These nippers sure cut close. You almost don't need to sand, but I will. I don't know, maybe I should use Chris's file on this one. Where is that file? Okay, let's move on here. Hey, there is none on the other side. Bonus. Okay, I think I basically got these ones on the end already. They're okay. All right, I think this one's ready to paint, or whatever we're going to do with it. We're going to be wanting to put this in a nice, safe place. We don't want to be damaging it. And we're done with these pieces for a while, apparently. So I was just sort of gathering them up, getting them into tuna fish tins and so on. But before I put this away, I want to show you something that is of kind of interest, and maybe somebody can answer what the question is, and the question is, and I'm not the only one that noticed this. One of the viewers also commented on it. I'll just zoom you in just a little bit here. Okay, you see we got a hole right here. It looks like something is supposed to go there, but I've looked ahead in the manual, and unless I missed it, there is nothing indicated that goes into this hole. But it looks like there's was supposed to be some sort of a latch here, and it's just not there. Anybody know what that's all about? Moments after shooting this scene, our friends the Wonkers came by. And may as well show it to you right now, because there is not going to be a nice sunrise to put at the end of today's episode. Nope, the sun went out. Or the clouds came up. I guess it depends on how you want to look at it. Yeah. But at least Don and Bridget did come by. Okay, starting at the top of step 20, we need K41 and K42. J4, and J5. I don't think there's any problem getting these mixed up. I guess when we were busy with the K sprue, we should have grabbed these K12s here. They're both identical. Okay, on a sprue like this, all the pieces are numbered, right? Like, it's kind of hard to see. In fact, I can hardly read it myself without getting the light just right. I think that says number 30, that's number 31, and so on. But when it comes to these storage batteries up here, they're not numbered, or at least so I had thought. Now this is about, I think it was about a month or so ago, when I realized that to read the numbers on the batteries, you have to turn the sprue upside down, and then you can read the little tabs. No, this one and this one look the same, but I do believe they're different numbers, so I'm going to want to check that out. Maybe we'll move right in so we can read it. I can't read it with my ordinary glasses even. I've mentioned this before, that the numbers on these sprues are nowhere near as clear as on the other 3 ships that we built. So, or is it 4? Okay. It appears that we need 2 number 22s, 2 number 21s, and 4 number 23s. And so that means if there's only one 23 on the sprue, we got to get this piece off of other sprues. Both of these, it turns out, are 22s. I thought they were different. Okay, so we can take both of those and we'll have our 2. Then, yeah, we're going to have to grab four more of these sprues. No, 3 more of these sprues. I can't count today. You know, I had to look over at my ship case to see how many ships I'd built. Wasn't that terrible? Okay, all our parts are cleaned up and ready to paint. And as near as I can tell, we're using the 338 for this piece. And the batteries themselves call for the 339, but in place of the 339, if you remember, well, it's a good thing you do because I didn't, I had to look it up, is the XF24. So we must have used that on something else before. Yeah, but that's going to have to be tomorrow, folks. I know it's a little early, and I know today's episode is considerably shorter. Don't know how long it is, but it can't be very long. I'm going to call it quits for today, and this time I think I really will go downstairs and cut some 2x4s. I will not be taking the camera, sorry. It's just going to be more of the same. You've already seen me using the power miter. Yeah, and I'll be able to actually do it a lot faster, and I don't have to worry about knocking the camera off the tripod or some crazy thing. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we're gonna see you tomorrow.